Welcome to another video on my monorail built with fischertechnik and controlled by a fischertechnik robot interface and ultimately a BeagleBoard Classic, running Ubuntu Linux and everything programmed in Python. And although it is a monorail, because the wheels only run on one of the rods, it looks like an ordinary wheel. But anyway, that is going to be a bit of the focus for this episode. The problem is that last time it showed that the speed, or more appropriately lack of speed, is probably caused by this rod and the rod right here. This is the power rod and that is the ground rod. And if you just run it, you can see that the spring to which it is attached is moving slightly. And although it is a nice idea to do so, let me run the software. It doesn't run at full speed now, and that is one of the problems, but that software, I think, it moves very slowly. And my idea is that it is because of the friction caused by the spring and rod combination. So I want to change that. And the big question is how. Another problem is that the bottom of this spring is actually touching this support. So if I get rid of this rod and spring, I solve two problems in one go, if I can get it solved. So one of the ideas is that I change the setup with a rod that is exactly touching the ground rod, and at the same time also this. So this will change and this will change. This means a reconstruction, and the big question is, will this actually reduce the friction? Because I do not think that these three wheels, which reduce the weight per wheel, have anything to do with it. Now they are properly aligned. And of course the question is how to do that. I may take it vertically and then I have to put it straight on the rod, with knowledge that this rod is not exactly aligned, and neither is this one. So there are a few conditions, narrow conditions. So let's see how it all ends up. Let's just do something. Alright, I constructed this, and this should be a replacement for this. And this is going to be a little bit tricky. first of all remove the spring. Then let me put this someplace where it doesn't fall. Here perhaps. This one goes here. And then this one should go, and I already spot a problem because now it is not on top of the rails. And that I do want. So that is immediately a problem. How to solve this? Probably by doing it the other way. Right, like this. And I can shift this inside and put this like here. And then the question is how to do it with this rod. Because now suddenly the rod is way too long. And this is just experimenting as I go. So I have no clue what to do. Now this is a better view, and this rod I thought would go in here, but the rail is here. So how to do that is a very good question. Now it's covered with this. Oh, I can probably remove this part and remove this as well. So put this in. And there you go. And if I start the software and the contact is made, it should work. So let me do that. Yes, contact is made. Only question is, will it run? Or will this be too much friction as well? I have no idea what the result will be, and I already see another issue. It touches the side, it doesn't touch on top. So let me lift it just a little bit. And it does move a bit. But then again, this side gives still friction. So let me find a solution for that too. For this part. Then part 2 of the reconstruction is this one. Now I am doubting if I should remove this counterweight totally, which I'm now not going to do. But I have to remove the spring and put this in here, and then I have to do something with it, and probably going to do it somehow here. And then the big question is how to do that. I can shift this along, but if I do it right on top here, like I do here, now that could work. That could theoretically work. So taking this, and this is all trying out. But even this doesn't work correct. So most likely this should work, and this taking off again. However, that does not touch the ground rod. Now it does. Adding some more weight, and now the question is, will this work somehow, some way? And let's not forget this one. So putting this back on. Will this work or won't it? I start the program again. It is right in the cone, so I shift it a bit. And then I found out that it does not work this way. It does. But the big question is, does it move? And I can't tell yet if it is moving. If I press, it runs a bit faster. But then again, I should not have to press it. So it needs a bit more weight. So, is this a good idea anyway? I have no idea, to be honest. So now the construction is ready, except that it doesn't run because of lack of weight. So I will add some weight. Right, it is enough. Do I need more? I guess I need some more. Alright, let me push it back. And see what happens. So far not much. Still very slight pressure. Very slight pressure makes the motor go fast. So that means that the weight is not enough. And that has been a problem in the past as well. And using the springs I could more or less vary the pressure and give it a go. But now it turns out that I have exactly the same problem. Although rod on rod is giving assumingly less friction, and the best thing would be to have an iron wheel or a metallic wheel, but that's what I don't have. So yeah, how to solve this? On the other hand, a metallic wheel would need slip in contact. Whole different issue, a whole different problem. And then maybe this is better anyway, but for now alright, let me move it here. And that was some considerable speed. Oops. And now it has changed direction. But does it do anything? That's a big question. I don't see it is doing something except standing still. Ah. Oops, what happens now? What is happening? Well, there is full contact anyway. But whether or not this means that it suddenly works or works better is a big question. as yet not really convinced. So even with both sides having no longer the friction prone spring contact, it runs at full speed. But it doesn't do a thing. And there may be a problem. So let's adjust this for a moment. Alright, this is not going alright. No, this is not alright at all. Now it should be exactly on top. So what does work? And more importantly, what does not? It looks like it is not exactly aligned anymore. Nope. Here is something not exactly correct. Yeah, this is not entirely what I want. This looks like too heavy, so I am removing one of the weight elements. And this is not good. If I move this up and move it up here, do I have some better contact? Does it run? It moves just a little bit. A very little bit, and then it holds again. Does this mean there is too much weight? You would say so. And now it runs again, slowly, and it holds at the famous spot again. Is it moving or is it not? It's hard to see. Slowing down again. Is this to do with weight or what is? I don't get it. And in the meantime, you can see that the direction status has changed. So let's use that. Let's see whatever is happening. At times it runs as smoothly as possible and the other time it doesn't. And I think partly due is this construction. So I said it before and I will say it again, I need longer rails. So I have one track equal height or equal length, no interruptions, and that should work. But right now it really doesn't, and that's too bad really. So what is a good solution then? When closely observing the wheels, I noticed that it is not exactly aligned. This is better. And the problem stays this rod. It is not exactly on top like this one is. So I need to make a better construction for this side. And let's just see how the general behavior is. Alright, changes direction. And it sinks again. It pushes the rod away. But still it has contact. But now the friction is too much. And there it goes again. So what is this going on? Would there be too much friction right now? You would say so. It is moving, although very slowly. Let me reduce some weight. Will it move then? It just moves a little bit. It still needs manual persuasion. Moves a little bit, holds again. Okay, the conclusion has to be that this is not the solution either. But it has also to do with weight distribution, but then in touching this side of the rod. So what to do about it? That is a very, very good question. And I can't answer that right now. So I think this is it for now. What did I do? A reconstruction on the power in the hope that it would diminish the friction, but an old weight problem has returned. Will it be improved? I don't know yet. I'll have to see. Meantime, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube. You can please also follow me on Twitter or Instagram or Instagram. Please donate to keep my blog and videos alive. More information on donating on my website, where you can also find my other projects. And this is certainly going to be continued. So, bye bye.